Welcome to Subramani. What are the changes that is happening in 2022 or 2020, 21, 22? Let's look at some of the things that media is telling you. One, surge in retail investors, right? So everybody is telling you that the number of investors in India is going up, and it is so dramatic that their buying will ensure that all the FII selling will be absorbed. Now, is this right or wrong? Okay, let's put it this way. Of course, there is FII selling, and of course, there is retail buying, but that will matter only and only if the retail investor is buying what the FII is selling. So, if the FII is selling, say, HDFC Bank and HDFC Limited, is the retail investor buying that? The answer is no. Very unlikely that he is buying more than 5 or 10 shares of HDFC Bank or HDFC Limited. He is more into GTL infrastructure and stuff like that, where he thinks his 2 rupees is going to become 4 rupees. So I first of all debunk the idea that the retail buying is offsetting the FII selling. It can't. It can in absolute terms, but what they are selling and what these people are buying can be very different. Of course, if the SIP amounts keep increasing and the AUM of mutual funds keeps increasing, then there is a good chance that they are buying somewhat similar things, if provided all the money is really going into large and mid cap. What happens if the FII is selling large and mid cap and all the retail money is going to mid and small cap, or maybe hybrid funds? So is it really helping? I don't know. But so, and one more thing which we hear is, oh, the retail investor now is very different. He keeps continuing the SIP. He will stick through all difficult times, because that is what happened in March 2020. Please realize that March to June is not called a recession. It's called a 2-month blip, right? And now they've all learned that if the market falls, you should keep buying, because the market will go up immediately. We have to see how the retail investor behaves over a 3-month, 6-month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year market being it sideways, sideward movement, or going down. Then whether they will remain in the market, that is something which we have no clue, and we have no way of finding out. One thing has happened is financial planning is now available across the board. You can go online, you can get it. More financial planners, more financial advisors are there. So chances are more people have access to it. Prices have gone down. All that is perhaps true. I'm not saying no, but I don't know how many people start by saying, oh, I need to invest, so let me go to an advisor. That does not happen. They go online, they buy something, they find that opening a brokerage account is much simpler than investing in a mutual fund. Then somebody tells them, oh, you can go invest in a mutual fund, you don't need an advisor. They don't know. I mean, there are people who, when they start investing, they wouldn't know the difference between investing direct and investing in through ICICI Direct, right? It is as bad as that. So there are people who have told me that, oh, I invest direct, I invest through ICICI Direct, and then you realize that, oh, that's not direct, right? Somehow among the various things, ICICI got the name right. So there is a HDFC Securities, but there is ICICI Direct. At least the retail name is ICICI Direct, right? So the question is, do people realize all that? Do people understand all that? I don't know. But yes, more the facilities are available, the data is available, you can have a lot of things available to you. The question is, can you read it, understand it, and implement it? Many people realize that, especially new investors realize that there are dividends which are coming in if they have directly invested in equity. Some cash flow is happening, and their jobs are not too bad. So the availability of money is there, and the bank rate of interest is low, which means even the parents are unable to tell them, I told you don't invest in equities, etc., because over the last 3, 4, 5, if from 2008 or sorry 2009 till now, we have hardly seen a blip, except maybe in March 2020. So that people are willing to say, oh, that though will happen. So, to that question of they have cash flows, they're seeing profits, they're able to book profits, they're able to trade, they're able to do all those things and feel proud with their friends saying, oh, I bought this, I sold it, I made 1,000 profit, I made 10,000 profit. Why? There are experts who come on YouTube channels and say I made 5 crores, I made 10 crores, I made 22 crores, I bought this house, I bought this, right? So there is a huge amount of peer pressure to make people invest. So the problem is wealth managers are looking for new clients and new clients are looking for wealth managers. So that is also helping. The media tells you that the number of client accounts have gone up, the number of people opening demat accounts has gone up, the number of people dealing with banks and brokerage houses, that has gone up. So there is a huge orientation towards that, right? So you're told all that. So let us hope that 2022 sees all this sustain. Lot of rich and wealthy clients have also gone the digital mode. So their advisors have gone the digital mode. Digital India and digital investing has made sure that there is the democratization of advisory has also gone into transactions. So you can do transactions today with a click of a button. Whether it is good or no is different, but that the trend of 2020-21 will continue in 2022, that people will be able to invest very easily. Please understand, wherever I'm saying invest, this includes trading. So largely, if you ask me, the number of traders have gone up, not the number of investors, but so be it. Hopefully one day all of them will change from trading to investing, or you will have both, some people continuing to be in trading, some people continuing to be in investing, right? Index investing has got very popular, especially in US, and it is getting very popular in India. But then in the index investing, one more thing that has happened. There are so many people on YouTube, etc., saying do indexing. Now there are various forms of indexing. Indexing being personalized. So an advisor, I saw an equity advisor telling the client, giving the client some advice. I'm not even getting into whether it is right or wrong, but I liked what he was saying. He was saying, look, this is the index. There are 30 companies. So you stick to the index. You do an SIP in index, or even better, if you want to save that money also of paying whatever fees, 0.0009 or whatever. If you want to avoid that, they can do something better. Go and buy the shares yourself directly. Why pay some charges? So you go and pick up whatever shares are there, Infosys, TCS, HDFC Bank, State Bank of India. You do indexing within of your own choice. You don't have to pick up in the same weight. Believe me, this is active management. Don't try it unless you're really good at it, because the weightage, etc., is determined by some scientific process, by market capitalization. So you can't keep on buying TCS and saying I'm doing indexing because I'm buying within the index. But it is happening. I'm seeing it happen. So people are doing that, saying, okay, I will buy the shares in the index at my own ratio. That is active management. So please decide what you want to do. I'm not saying good or bad, but be careful. ESG is another thing which is taking off, but I don't know. But when I was in an ESG group discussion, people said, oh, people will not buy shares like Coal India. But when I looked up the portfolio of many Indian mutual funds, all of them had Coal India. So what do you mean by institutional advisors will not buy? Institutional advisors have institutional investors have only one thing: they have to create wealth for the customer. They don't get judgmental about whether they'll buy Coal India, whether they'll buy ITC, whether they'll buy any UBS or any of those things, or whether they will buy United Spirits. They really don't care. They have to get a good return. They may not do anything illegal, but I don't think in the portfolio they're going to use too much of their brain. But yes, ESG is a big alternative markets are AIF and PMS are taking off much bigger than the mutual fund. So many people who have reached that threshold limit of 50 lakhs go into PMS. Somebody with 5-6 crores is saying, okay, let me try 1 crore in an AIF. That is happening. Those markets are growing, but these are all indicators of a bull market rather than saying there's a change in the Indian attitude towards investing or anybody's attitude towards investing. That's not really, I'm not sure whether it is true. Crypto is a big thing. Crypto will come into banks. The minute crypto comes into banks, it will come into fund houses. So if the government of India, RBI, decides that crypto will be governed by RBI, there will be a boost in crypto, right? What else? annuities is something which people are paying attention, because I still think it makes sense to remove some money from equity and put it in annuities.